What's up, guys? Welcome back to Diecast Dynasty Garage. I know it's been a while, and that's because I had to step away for a minute due to an unfortunate injury that was done myself. So, yeah, I don't want to get into the specifics of that, but it kind of sidelined me a little bit, so I had to be offline for a little while. And right now I'm in the process of recovering, so that's with that. But I wanted to make a confession about something based on one of my purchases that I recently made online regarding a semi that I bought. And the problem with that is sometimes I believe people misread the scales of these diecast cars sometimes. So you think that you're getting one thing in that particular size, but when it shows up at your door, it's really another size. And not only that, and sometimes a trick of the camera can trick your eyes into believing that it's the size that it is according to the angles of the camera in which they take the picture. And sometimes that can trick the eye. But that's what happened to me. I had recently purchased a semi from AliExpress. No pun intended, they make good diecast models. Absolutely. And I'll continue to buy from them. But the point of what I'm saying is I purchased a semi from them, and they labeled it as a 1/24 scale, right? And I think with a lot of other people who purchased it, they also labeled it as a 1/24 scale until it arrived at my house. Now, I'm about to show you guys what I'm talking about, because you have to watch what you purchase. You have to watch the scales, because sometimes people tend to mislead you on the scales and they don't know the true to life scales of some of these models. So I'm going to give you a prime example of that. Now I'm going to show you the semi I purchased from AliExpress. So this is the semi I purchased right here from AliExpress. Beautiful truck. No question, it's a beautiful truck, right? Now, they had this advertised as a 1/24. And I was excited about it because I looked at it and was like, man, that would be nice to have as part of my collection. Because most of my collection is 1/24. And I do have some 132s, but those are the ones I'm really invested in. But right now it's more or less the 1/24s. But this is the vehicle that I bought from AliExpress. And as you can see, it is very nice. Very, very nice. And I thought it was pretty cool. But I think what they did is they misread the scale, because they labeled this as a 1/24 scale. And I think this is where the problem comes in, because when you get the right camera angle, it looks pretty big. It's like you can look at it and say, that looks like a 1/24. And sometimes the camera or certain angles can trick you into believing, and that's what it is, because of how the camera angle looks. But if you don't have the right scale, you're not going to know until it actually lands in your hands. So this is what I got recently from AliExpress. Now, also, just yesterday, I purchased another semi, but this wasn't online. I purchased this at a Target, and I happened to find a semi in the Target. Now, the semi I found in the Target was a 1/24 scale, and it was a true to life 1/24 scale. Now, let me show you what that looks like. And here I'm going to put it next. I'm going to sit it right next to the this other semi here. Okay, so this is the semi I bought from Target. Now, if you look closely, you can automatically see the difference in sides. You can automatically see the difference in sides. So let me push this back a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, look at that. Now, when you see exactly what I mean when I say sometimes they don't get the scales right on this, look how much bigger the green truck is than the black truck. You can even see the smokestacks on the green truck goes up even higher than the smokestacks on the black one. You can see the front of the green one is much wider than the black one. You can see the green one sits up much higher than the black one. So when I saw this, it automatically told me that this black semi was not a 1/24 scale. However, the green one is a 1/24 scale. That is exactly what I was looking for when I purchased the black one. I thought the black one was going to be a 1/24 scale because this is what was advertised. But now that I look at it, that black semi is actually a 132. The black semi is a 132 scale. That would be a 132. The green one is a 124. So I had to buy the green one because I thought the green one was really, really nice. And that's the scale I actually wanted. And that right there just told me, even when the black one first arrived at my house, I just knew just by the size of the box that it wasn't a 124. I just knew right then and there it wasn't a 124. But then when I stumbled across this green one, I had to purchase it. And now doing a side-by-side comparison, you can really see the difference. You can really see now that the green one really is a true to scale 124, and the one next to it is a 132. So guys, when you're purchasing these vehicles online, your diecast models, especially when you got a certain scale, I know 118s are 118s, and you usually don't get those confused. But when you're dealing with a smaller scale, like a 132 or 124, be sure that either the person that you're purchasing the vehicle from can flip the car over and show the scale, which is on the bottom of the car sometimes. Most times you will find a scale etched in on the bottom of the car. Or if it's in a box, most times the scale will be written on the box. Just be sure that you are purchasing the right scale for your collection. Because like I said, sometimes a trick of the eye based on the angle of the camera will lead you to believe that you're buying the right scale. But in the end, you're actually buying something either bigger or smaller than what you had in mind. So this is what happened to me. But nonetheless, I'm still going to hold on to the black semi because I do have a 132 collection that I'm building up. Actually, that's what this video is about. I'm just going to show you guys some of the 132 scales that I do have that I'm building upon. And the ones I'm showing you is the only ones I have for the moment. At some point I will build up on my 132 scale, but I wanted to show you exactly what I'm starting off with for right now. But I wanted to get this out the way because I want diecast buyers to beware of what they're buying before they buy it, especially when you're already honed in on a specific scale for your collection. You just want to be sure that whoever you're buying your vehicle from, they're actually giving you the right size and that the scale is the actual size you're looking for your collection, so that you don't get duped or that you don't get bamboozled by another size and it gets to your house and then you come to find out that it's not what you ordered. So always be aware of that. And I wanted to show this as an example of what I was talking about. So like I said, even though the black one is a 132, which I wish was a 124, but hey, it happens. It is a 132, and like I said, lucky enough, I was starting a 132 build-up collection, so that worked either way. But also the fact that I was able to stumble upon this green one, which is a 124, a true life scale, which is what I was initially looking for in the first place. So now that I have them both, you know, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty amped up that I got them both now. So that worked out for me. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this because I want you to make sure that you're careful at what you purchase. But on to the 132s. We might as well go ahead and start off with the semi since it's already up here. It is a 132 scale. Both of the doors does open on this model. Sorry guys, I have to use one hand because, you know, I'm slinged up on the other hand. So it's going to take a little time for me to show you certain things. But that opens, so you have both doors that open on the semi, which is nice. The hood opens on it. It also has a lighting feature. Let me show you what the lighting feature does. It has the lights here in the front, as well as the back. But it also has another tricky feature in which you hit it twice and it does this. I think that is so cool. I love that. The colorful lights on the side of it, I think that is really nice. And then you got the orange lights up on top. I think that is a nice feature to add to this semi. I think that is really nice. At the same time, I like the features on the side here, and as you can see, it says power speed, heavy truck, winner, Challenger, And it has this cat on the side, and you can see the flames coming up right there. And I really like this. I really like this truck. Right there it says speed. And I'm not sure what type of semi this is. You know, you have certain ones. You know, you have the Kenworth. You know, you've got the you've got a lot of them, international. And I mean, there are so many of these semis out there, and you truck guys kind of know better than I do. You know, so this was one of my purchases. I do like this, and I do like the extended cab in the back here. More than likely is where the sleeper and all of that stuff is back there. So that's pretty cool. You can see the fan back there and behind it. It also has a hitch right here when you could put a trailer to it. So it's pretty cool with the nice chrome on it, accented everywhere. The smokestacks, and you can see the air horns up on top. I really like how they did this model. So it is definitely, to me, a masterpiece. But like I said in the beginning, I wish it was a 1/24 scale. But hey, right at this point, beggars can't be choosy. So, you know, like I said, it was luckily that I was starting up a 132 collection. So that was a good thing that I already had something that I was starting on anyway. So this is part of my 132 collection. Yeah, so okay, this is my Lexus LC. This LC series Lexus is the sporty one. Now let me tell y'all the story behind this one. Now this one is hilarious. Okay, so I purchased this from AliExpress, same company, and I was trying to get the Lexus LS500. That's the big boy, the big photo, the big boy. And when it ordered, you know, it came through and everything, and I'm thinking, all right, so my LS500 is coming. But when it arrived at my door, this is what popped up. So I was a little disappointed because this showed up, because this is not what I had ordered. But then when I started to think about it, when I went into my shopping cart to look at the orders of 132s that I was going to purchase, these were actually one of the purchases that I was going to make. So I wasn't too upset, because this was already on my bucket list of 132s to get. So like I said, I wasn't too mad about that. So in the end, you know, I still, you know, wind up keeping it. You can see it's got the Lexus emblem back there. It has a lot of other writing on there. You can see that B in the window right there on the side. It has some other writing on there, and it says, "Imagine all people living life in peace." That's what it says on the door. I just wish I can definitely roll with that saying right there. Imagine all people living life in peace. That would be a beautiful thing if we all could live life in peace, you know. But it's just so much going on in the world today that, you know, we have to keep our antennas up, basically meaning we have to keep our head on a swivel, because it's so much going on out here in the world. that you could be a part of something that was never none of your business, and you could be walking down the street one day, here today and gone tomorrow. And it's sad that it has to be that way. But this is the world we live in today. So I like that saying on the door. I wish we all could live in peace. And that would be a beautiful thing for everybody. So here's the front of the Lexus. It has that, that signature grille that they use on their cars. Let me see if I can get this hood open for you guys. Because the hood does open. So like I said, I'm just a little incapable of being able to open everything because I have one arm. So here it is. So it's open. You can see the engine up under there. It's a beautiful car. I like those wheels. Those wheels really give it that ultimate sporty look. There's the interior, as you see. And from here, it looks like the steering wheel is on the opposite side of the, it's on the passenger side. So, we all know about those type of drivers. And beautiful color. I like the color. I don't know what color red this is, but this is a beautiful red. And I did not put the batteries in yet for the lights. I still have to work on that. So it I still have to work on that, and plus I still have to get rid of the friction feature, which a lot of my friends know I don't tolerate. I really don't like the pullback feature in these cars, so I always go in and pull the gears loose because I like my cars to move freely. I don't like the pullback feature. I don't like it at all. So that is my Lexus LC. I don't want to call this a 500 because it's not the 500. 500 has a different tailpipe configuration. It doesn't look like this. But I do know this is part of the LC series. It's very nice. This was made in China, so I cannot give you the manufacturer's name for this one. I just know I purchased it from AliExpress. This is a 132, by the way. This is not a 124. This is one of my 132s. Okay, so I'm gonna sit that over there. And we are going to go to the next one, which is a very interesting one. Given that I don't think a lot of people really know too much about this, or if you are a real car fanatic, you probably do know a lot about this vehicle that I'm about to show next. But I think some people didn't realize that this car actually existed, but it was never produced. It would be this one, the Bugatti Galabeer. As you can see on the side, it is a 4-door. Yes, Bugatti made a 4-door sports car. This is supposed to be their 4-door, I want to say hypercar, because it was still supposed to be like fast for a 4-door hypercar. As you can see, all 4 doors open. This is what they were going for. The hood opens on this. This was like your typical Bugatti in true fashion, as usual. but in a 4-door version. And now look at this. I think this is probably the most awesome feature on this car. This car has 8 exhaust pipes, 4 on each side. 4. Check it out. This car has 8 exhaust pipes. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. 4 exhaust pipes on each side. There is the Bugatti logo right there on the back. And like I said, this is the Galabeer. And you can see the name right there on the side. This was supposed to be the 4-door that was supposed to rival competition like the Porsche Panamera, the 4-door Aston Martin. I don't know if that was the Vanquish that was the 4-door, but whatever 4-door model that that they had was supposed to rival that. And then y'all remember the Lamborghini had came out with a 4-door model called the Estoc, which was a concept that never went into production. That was their 4-door model as well. So this Galabeer never made it into production. So this was unfortunately it was a concept. I would have loved to have seen what this particular Bugatti would have brought to the table if it was put into production. I know a lot of wealthy people probably would have put their hands on it, especially had this become a limited edition, where they only had maybe like a limited number, maybe borderline 20 or maybe 25 of these, something like that for the entire world. I'm quite sure that 25 wealthy people probably would have already put their orders in for this. So I wish this one would have came into production. I really like the styling of this 4-door Bugatti. You know, I was telling a friend about this a while back, and he didn't know that a 4-door Bugatti even existed until I showed him the pictures. And so that's why I say, you know, a lot of people might not know that Bugatti had a 4-door car in the lineup, but it's just never made it into production. It was just a an idea, thought process that they put together that they figured could be done if they wanted to unveil something. This probably would have been what they would have came out with. I think this car is so fascinating when you look at it. The lights does come on it. I think this is an amazing car. I wish so bad that they would have made this. Like, I wish so bad they would have made this Bugatti. I really like this 4-door. And this definitely would have been something that would have been in a lot of millionaires' car collection. A lot of millionaires would have had this in their car collection. So also, I did purchase this one from China as well, right off of the AliExpress market with the rest of them. So there you have that. And The next one I'm going to show is another 132 that I purchased from AliExpress, and it is this Lexus LX570, a navy blue with black wheels. I do like this. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. Now, let me tell you the story behind this one, because I made a mistake with this one too. So, initially, I had went through Amazon to purchase this one here. Now, my goal was to get the 124 scale. That's what I was trying to get of this Lexus 570. I was trying to get the 124 scale. And what happened in the process was I put the order in, and everything was a success. So, now let me tell you where I messed up at. So, I'm waiting on the order, and when the order finally comes to my door, I look at the sides of the box and I'm like, wait a minute. This can't be a 124. So I take it and I open up the package, and turns out it happened to be a 132 scale. Now, here's where the screw up is. Now, the screw up wasn't on Amazon. The screw up was on me, because I had put the order in so fast that I did not look at the scale. I assumed it was a 124 and I put it in. And when I went back to check the order said 132. And that's where I screwed up. Now, that order was on me. That order was on me because I did not check the scale. Unlike the 120, unlike the semi I was telling you about earlier, where they said it was a 124, but it ended up being a 132. That advertised it as a 124, and it ended up being a 132. This one actually advertises a 132, but I put the order in so fast I didn't check to see if it was the 124 scale, because they do have the 124 scale. But I put it in so quick that I assumed and I thought what the order I was putting in was a 124 scale. But when it got here and I seen how small the box was, and when I went back to check the order, it turned out to be a 132, which is not what I ordered. But like I said, it was on me because I put the order in so quick that I didn't double check to make sure that it was the right scale. So, like this one with the LC in the background, I end up keeping it because, like I say, I knew I was going to start a 132 collection. So it didn't bother me at all. You know, I just made sure that the 570 that I bought next was actually a 124 scale. I paid attention to this time to make sure that it was a 124 scale. And I end up getting it. But in retrospect, what I'm saying is, you know, this one I end up keeping anyway because, like I said, I wanted to start a 132 collection, and I thought this was a nice color, that navy blue. I really like this, and then the black wheels on it, I think that gave it a really nice look. I like the nice touch that it gave. So it does, like when you open the doors, the lights does come on. Everything opens on this, which I like. So here's how it looks from the front, and here's how it looks from the back. As you can see, the Lexus emblem back there, which says Lexus on the side, LX570. I love the way the tail lights look on this. It looks really nice. And here's the front. Now, as you can see, like I was showing you on the LC over there, Lexus's trademark grille. you can't dispute when you see a Lexus coming down the road nowadays, because they have this trademark grille now that they're putting on all of their Lexuses, even the SUVs now. So there's no disputing the fact that when a Lexus comes down the block, you know it's a Lexus, because nobody else has this trademark grille now, because they're implementing it on all of their vehicles. So this is what you tend to find on a Lexus nowadays, this trademark grille. So like I said, I really like this Lexus and how it came out looking. You see it's got mud flaps on the back. And normally you don't get a lot of vehicles that has mud flaps. But interestingly, this one came with mud flaps on the back. And I was surprised and shocked to see that this one came with mud flaps, because you normally don't get a lot of diecast models with mud flaps on them. But this one came with mud flaps, interestingly. So that was an interesting thing I found with this one. But nonetheless, I really like this one. And like I said, this is part of my beginning 132 scale collection. This next one here is probably by far one of my favorite 132s that I have. My guy Frank has the 124 scale model of this, and I want and he told me that, you know, when he's ready to sell, I'll be the first in line to get it from him. And man, like, I am so psyched up that he said that to me, because these are one of the models that I am dying to have in a 124 scale. I am dying to have this model in a 124 scale. Let me move this real quick. Let's see my light falling down. It would be this one. The SW140 is what they call it. All know that this is the Mercedes-Benz S-Class series. The big body, the big boy. We all know about this. That big boy, that big body style. You know what I mean? I always loved this body. When this body style came out, in the late 90s, like, I fell in love with this body style right here. When this body style came out, I loved this body style. It's just something that Mercedes-Benz kind of did, and everybody, it seemed like almost everybody fell in love with this body style when it first came out. I instantly fell in love, especially when they came out with the 600, which is the coupe version of this. Man, oh man, let me tell you, the coupe version of this Mercedes right here, beast. Love it. It came with a V12 and all of that. I'm telling you, when they came out with this Benz here, I fell in love with this. Now, like I said, my friend Frank has a 124 scale. Actually, he has two of them. Two 124 scales of this car that he said that he purchased while he was in Germany. And he told me that when he does get ready to sell, that he will sell one to me. And I'm so excited because I want one of those so bad. It is let me tell you something. It's extremely hard to find a 124 scale Mercedes in this body style. But like I said, my guy actually has two of those in this body style. Two. I think one was a navy blue, like the Lexus back there, and the other one, I want to say it was black. like this one, but he had two of them. And man, I'm telling you, when he showed them to me, I was like, are you kidding me? And I asked him immediately, I'm like, where did you get these from? He said when he went to Germany, he had purchased two of them. He bought both of them in Germany. But this is the 132 scale. And like I said, I love this model right here. Like I am in love with this Benz right here. Like I've always liked this body style right here. This body style is awesome. I love the wheels. The wheels go perfectly with this Benz. I don't know what else to say about this. Like this was like the beginning of Mercedes' transition when this body style came out, because a lot of people was flocking to this body style when it first hit the market in the 90s. And so many people were getting their hands on this car, man. Like this was the thing in the 90s. And you know, you see a lot of them now. You don't see much of them very much these days. You know, I don't know if you'll really be able to find one with low mileage, you know, unless you have that serious collector who actually has one of these in their collection. Like I'm not talking about a diecast collector. I'm talking about like a real life collector who has one of these W140s in their collection and with low mileage. It's probably where you're going to wind up finding it. But this here has always been one of my, like, I love this model. This is my favorite. This is one of my favorite models here. So the lights does come on in the back. I'm not sure why the lights in the front not coming on. They were coming on at one point. I don't know why they're not coming on. But I guess at some point I'll go in and figure out what where the disconnection is. But the front lights does come on this. But like I said, this is by far one of my favorite that I have so far in my collection. That one there, that's one of my favorite. Okay, then I go to this one here, which is another interesting model. I think it would be nice if they make more of this car company here in 124 scale, like more of the normal cars. This here is a Nissan. Now, this is a Nissan X-Trail. Now, in China, that's what they call them over there. But to a lot of people over here in America that has these are actually the new Rogues here in America. So here in America, this would be the Nissan Rogue. Over there in China, this is the Nissan X-Trail. As you already know how they have the same model but different names according to geographics and locations and things like that. So that's why the name change. So this would be, like I said, this would be the X-Trail in China, where over here in the US of A, this would actually be the Nissan Rogue. And of course, everything does open on this model. If I can get the hood to open for you. Hold on a second. Get this hood open for you so you can see everything opens on this. There you go. All right. So you can see everything opens. I think the most wicked thing I like about this X Trail is the wheels. I really like the wheels on this thing. Look at the wheels. I love that design. That is pretty wicked for a Nissan. You know what I mean? Like you don't normally see that for a Nissan, but yeah. Also some pretty nice wheels for a Nissan. And I like the color. I don't know what color gray that is, but I like that color gray. And as you can see back here, you know, I don't understand why in China they don't spell the stuff right. That should say trail, but as you can see, they flip the words all around. Terrell, I don't know what Terrell is, but it's supposed to say trail. And they just basically just tore the whole spelling up. It's supposed to say X Trail. Yeah. There's no explaining that. As you can see for yourself, they did just butcher the word trail. I don't know why they spelled it like that. The lights does come on. As you can see, the front and in the back. So you can see that it's nice. I said it has a nice gray color to it. This I think is awesome. And it has a sunroof. Now the difference between a 124 scale and a 132 is, particularly a 124 scale is probably measured in length, is probably going to be anywhere from 7 to 9 inches long, where a 132 scale is going to be somewhere in the 4 to 5 inch range. You know, so so those are the differences. That's how you know when you have a 124 scale and a 132 scale. And because of the size difference with that. And I have one more model to show you guys. And this is one I had been working on. I wanted to do like a color scheme for it because it was kind of looking a little bit plain to me. So I purchased this motorhome from AliExpress, and this motorhome was all gray. It was all gray motorhome, and it has a lot of features, and the doors open on it. Doors does open on it. So let me get the other door open for you. Let's open the other door. And then you have, okay, so now as you can see, it has a pop-up roof on it, and when you look under the pop-up roof, it has like you could see like tables, a sink under there, so it's like a little eating area for you up top there. And you can see it also has the stairs into which you can just climb inside. of the motorhome. It has a see-through area right there also, where you can see a table and you can see the different sections inside of the motorhome there. So it has that roof that really lets the sun in, you know, during the day when you're just relaxing and stuff like that. And then on the back here, it has, you can see these two hooks. Now I'm about to explain to you what those two hooks there are there for. So when I first purchased this motorhome, it had a motorcycle. It comes with a motorcycle that attaches to the back of it, right? But here was my dilemma. When I got, and let me show you this. It also opens up this way too, just so you see. Okay, so back to the story. So when I purchased this and it arrived, everything was okay, but the problem was they sent my bike. So here's the bike right here. They sent my bike in pieces. My bike was in many pieces. Now, as you can see, when you turn it around, this is the way they sent it to me. Now, look at the handlebars on my bike. As you can see, a piece of it is broken off, right? So there, the other piece of the handlebar wasn't in the package. So I could have at least glued it to it, but it wasn't there. And as you can see right there on the legs of the motorcycle, you see those clear pieces right there. That is hot glue, because the wheels were literally detached from the bike. Even that part was broke off. So in essence, I was going to use this bike to put back on to the onto the motorhome, but then I was like, no, it's too wrecked up. It's too terrible. The handlebars is broken off. The legs on the bike is broken. Now it just won't look right going on the back. So let me tell you what I did. I found a substitution. So I had went to a grocery store one day and I stumbled across a section they had in the grocery store, and it had a lot of Hot Wheels in there. And one of the Hot Wheels that I ran across was this. I found a scooter. A nice little scooter. And I saw it and I'm saying to myself, wow, you know what? I think I just might have found the substitution for that bike, because that bike was just too torn up for me to put on the back of that motorhome, because they sent it in pieces and now it's basically destroyed. So I can't put that back up there looking the way it looks. So I saw this moped and I'm thinking to myself, wow, now if this moped turns out to be the same size as the dirt bike, then I'll replace it. And it just so happens that this and the dirt bike was actually the same size. Now there's the scooter and there's the dirt bike, and as you can see, they kind of almost like in the same in size. The only thing is the dirt bike, of course, is going to be a little bit taller because it has those big dirt bike wheels on them. But they just about equal in size. So I said to myself, well, instead of putting this dirt bike back up here all torn up, let me just use this instead. So my biggest concern was, can this scooter fit on these two hooks? Because looking at it from this angle, when you put the bike up there, that fits. It fits perfectly. As you can see from the back, this is the way it's supposed to sit, right? So when I removed it, my biggest concern was, can this scooter fit in that slot? And to my surprise, check it out. It fits. Didn't know that it was going to fit. I just took a chance on thinking that maybe that might be an opportunity, or that it might be a chance that I can get this on there and that it might be able to fit. But I didn't have to do no alterations. I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was buy the bike, and as you can see, it fits perfectly. It fits perfectly. So I think I won that match right there. I won that battle right there. But that is what this is for. And with this, you just simply push that down, and this you just push that back in. That you close that. The lights does come on this, as you can see, and then it has the blue light on the inside, which I think is so cool. And then you got the lights in the back here. But overall, this is a really nice motorhome. And you know, I think overall, like I said, I still got to make some vast improvements to it. As far as the color scheme and everything, I still got to get it together. But right now, that's what it looks like with the color scheme and everything. It's not totally finished, but this is just the start of it. So this is my collection, guys. This is what I have so far, along with the semi. This is my whole entire 132 collection. And I just want you guys to see this from afar. This is my entire 132 collection so far. So this is what I have thus far. It's not a lot, but it's just the beginning. You know, I do plan on building on this 132 collection, like I've done with my 124 collection. So that is what I have for the moment. And so this is what it is, and this is what it. So you guys, that's what it is. And like I said, you know, this is just the start of it, and hopefully I can still build on it. I am still building on my 124 collection. I also have some other things that I'm working on as far as upgrades and things like that. And I'll take you guys through a little runabout with that and show you the progress that I'm making with some of these upgrades that I'm doing. So, you know, with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on all your post notifications so that when I drop a video, you'll be the first to see the newest ones that I drop. And with that being said, guys, you know, like I said, right now I'm trying to in recovery from the injury to my arm. So the videos won't be coming out as fast as they usually would. So just letting you guys know. But I wanted to put something out there for you guys to look at and check out. But until next time, be safe, and check you later.